Chaps, I've got Luke to have a chat with me. I don't know why I'm speaking in sentences of like 2 words. Stop. We wanted to we were chatting on Instagram and stuff like that. And I think, I don't know, I'm going this one, Luke, you might have to help me out, but we started to notice a pattern that if you're a bloke and you're like, I don't know, I don't want to say a bit more sensitive because do you get what I mean? But if you're a bit more sensitive or you're in well-being, like you want to just have a good mindset.
This is the thing, isn't it? Straight away, when you said that just one sentence, and I couldn't think of a better way to start this conversation, you've done it perfectly. But still, when you say, I can't think of another word, I'm going to say sensitive. If women were having this conversation, they wouldn't even need to say sensitive. That wouldn't even need to be brought up. They would just be like, but because we're male, it seems like I have to give some pre-conversational insight before I carry on. It's so ingrained in how men behave with each other and how the world sees men.
I knew you'd be a good guest.
It's crazy. Like if we were female having this conversation, you'll be like, cool, we're gonna start talking about wellness, and it wouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre, and it's only something that I've picked up on consciously in maybe the last year. Because can I tell you a quick story?
No, go ahead. Yeah,
because I've been into, the trendy words happen like every year. There's a new word to say something differently or new, and that's part of trends, because trends is part of like a I don't really like this word either, but like it's part of the kind of capitalist society. We need to have trends and stuff to keep us fine or whatever. So language changes all the time. So we feel like there's something new being sold to us. And so I was going to say, so that's a little bit of a pre sort of knowledge before I'm going to say what I'm going to say now. But so forever, I've been into things like wellness, spirituality and stuff like that. But I never used to call it that until until now. But I've always been into like just anything to I didn't even call it anything. It was just from a kid. It was just stuff I liked doing. I liked being quiet. I liked drawing. I liked taking time out. I liked chatting to people. I liked like staying clean. I just liked all the things that we would now, I suppose, call wellness. I think I went to my first meditation class at probably like 12 or something. Like I have always really been drawn to this kind of stuff. And but over the last few years, like the last year, so the story I was wanting to say was in lockdown, no idea, like all of us, what was going on. And I decided I needed some kind of routine, something to focus on for my mind, because I felt that's kind of what makes me feel good when I have something to get up for and something to do and everything. So I signed up for a business course, sort of a little bit like mentoring. And we would have Zoom sessions sort of every week and stuff. And one of the final ones was about money and finance and stuff. And I was like, this is good, because as a business owner, that's kind of an important part of it, to know how to, back in the day, you would have said balance your checkbook or whatever. But and I was listening to this expert that they got in for this particular masterclass, and this expert was giving all like financial advice and stuff. And towards the middle of the masterclass, I was like, I'm probably the only male in the group of 10, but I didn't bother me. It was just because I saw all of the people's pictures on the Zoom session, and the person that was delivering it was female, and she started talking the whole way through about things like it's very important for women to understand finance, for females to feel empowered around money, for females not to feel bad about wanting money, and all of this stuff. And I was thinking, like, I'm part of this conversation as well. Like and to me, as a male, and I felt like this lady could ask me there to get knowledge from the horse's mouth. I haven't grown up being taught about money and being taught about how to grow money and get money and keep money and all stuff like that. It's stuff as a person, not as my gender, as a person, I've had to become interested in and find out about. And so I thought, I don't understand why you're bringing your gender, people's gender, into this conversation about money. And then as it went on towards the end of the masterclass, she went, I've got a couple of books for you to all read that have really helped me in my journey. And this lady was a financial advisor. And she was, and she said, unfortunately, it was written by a man, but blah, blah, blah. And I thought, what? If I'd have said that and I was taking this class or a man had just said that statement, they would have all wanted refunds, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been acceptable.
That'd be an interesting the Daily Times thing, that.
I couldn't even, and it was annoying, that the course was thousands, it was thousands of pounds I spent on this course. And I felt like that, her statement and how she was delivering it and aiming, discounting, in my opinion, she was discounting men. I thought, like, it made me forget any of the knowledge she was trying to pass on to me, because I was so hooked on how she was talking about men. And I don't normally get triggered by gender conversations. I don't really see it, you know, most of the time. But I thought she'd gone from, and this is kind of brings me back around to my point a little bit, is that I feel sometimes positive gender discrimination is kind of happening. Like, it's seen as positive and she's seen as empowering women and stuff. But I felt kind of disempowered, because I felt like I haven't been given that information either. So you don't need to talk about gender.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, in a broader topic, I found that this whole wellness, health, well-being kind of industry, I'm going to call it, or trends, and I've done it for a long time, been involved in it for a long, long time. And
what do you do? Are you a hairdresser?
Yeah. I do hair.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's another conversation about being a male in the hair industry. Or even just being male and creative. God, like.
Well, to be honest, there was a video a little while ago. There's a guy called Harold. He was when he retired from the army, and he was saying he's a trainer that does like first aid and how to lift the box and all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's very much of like, he's a hard bastard. You can tell he's a hard bastard. Do you get me? He's seen a lot, but he's a lovely guy. But he was like, my options were do this or hairdressing. So it's quite funny now, because I'm going to put my hands up. I remember years and years ago when if you saw a bloke hairdresser, that was it. And now now the army are training hairdressers, and these are hardcore. Obviously, I don't want to stereo what a masculine man is. All this kind of stuff.
This is the thing. It's so entwined in our everyday conversation that until we like begin to have these conversations like we're having now and just like dismantle it and get rid of it, but we'll get there.
Do you think we're just in one big weird bubble thing where just people don't know what to do, who they are and what to say, and the result of that, people just are presuming rather than talking?
Say that again, sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm well aware we're bouncing around a little bit, but this is why we don't script the videos, because it just find it's more natural if I can be honest with you. But do you think, because everything is so entwined, everyone's actually now getting really, really confused with where they fit? And back to my point, obviously, because we're talking on MANUP, I don't want to say what this business is, what me and the wife have just bought, but let's just say it's in the health and the well-being mindset, blah blah blah. You know, I've had a couple of people, not a couple, I've had one family call me a few names. It's like, are you getting into that? You're going to be sipping herbal teas and lighting candles and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, no, it's something I've been into for quite a long time. I've got a massive interest in it.
And do you think your interest grew from your human growth, as you grew as a person and you experienced more and you expanded as a person, do you think you expanded into wellness and health?
Yes.
Exactly.
Because
my point is, these things that we're calling wealth and wellness and health and stuff, it's part of being a human.
Yeah.
It's about taking care of your human body so you can have the best human experience. No. It's not for a gender. And that's why a man should feel equally empowered to be lighting candles or taking a bath or having juices or herbal teas, because they are in this like hyper stimulated world that we live in, where we have multiple stresses daily, multiple stimulation daily. These tools, and you just mentioned a couple, are more important than ever. And my fear is, if men don't get comfortable on using these tools, we're not going to be able to expand as much as women do, because women are comfortable with them. Yeah. You need to drink herbal teas because they're caffeine free. Caffeine will enhance your stresses. So to cut out caffeine is a good thing. To then replace that with a herbal tea, you get it's a nice way to hydrate, which is going to be good on multiple levels. It's full of trace vitamins and minerals and electrolytes, which are also going to help you work out or whatever. And some of them probably have a knock-on aromatherapy benefits, which have been scientifically proven. The benefits of smell is proven. And also as a mindful experience while you take a tea. I call it ritualizing things. So if you live I've latched onto all these things because I have I'm a highly stressed person, a highly anxious person. And so I would even take a tea as a wellness moment and kind of connect with it and smell it and taste it and feel the warmth and stuff, because that's how you embody yourself. And that's when you feel connected and able to carry on with the rest of your day. If you're constantly doing a mindless action and your mind's into what I've got to do next, what I've got to do after that, what I've got to pick up from shopping, what time I've got to pick kids up from school, all of these things, you're never in the moment. And the moment is all you've got.
Yeah. So what would you say? I don't know. If I say, I don't even know what I can say these days, but say for example, I'm known for ragging motorbikes around racing tracks, like big, powerful, thousand cc's. I'm normally COVID's obviously killed a lot of that, but I'm normally all in between offices. I'm normally covered in oils. I'm normally that kind of bloke. I've always got a broken hand or something like that. Yeah. But I'm well aware there are some blokes where they want to try yoga. I personally won't do yoga just because I'm a Christian. Just kind of some things just don't sit right. But
okay.
But where I'm going with that one is I'm actually, maybe it's because of man, I'm more willing to try stuff which could be seen in my masculine world as a bit feminine, a little bit that. I'm happy to try it now. But what would you say to some bloke who's just like, no, sod that, everyone's going to take the piss, my wife's going to take the piss, of just, I don't know, doing yoga, taking up your herbal, just something where they're like, I'm going to try that because it would just take my mind off of shit. Have I made sense?
I think yeah, totally. I feel like there's a couple of things that I think together would help. I think one of them is to just be curious. Just be curious. You're allowed to be curious. Curiosity is part of your human experience, is having fun. You're every single one of us is only here to have fun. I don't believe any of us is here to suffer, have trauma, or anything in that kind of emotional spectrum. I feel like we're only here to have fun, and it's your job to find fun. And if we're light about it, go and try yoga or meditation or whatever you feel comfortable to be curious about. But I think it's really important to not ever stop being curious. and just go and try it. It's for fun. Who cares? Like, and the other thing is to try. And I keep saying trying because my try might be a little further than someone else's try. And we've all got these different, what the beginning of the journey looks like to all of us. But I think, to me, it feels a little better if we try and think of ourselves, and even language is so important, because as soon as you think a word or say a word, it automatically gives you a visual. So I try and not use words like male, female, feminine, masculine, because our language hasn't evolved to a place where we can get rid of those yet, so we still need to use them. But if you can try and use the word person, things feel more relaxed and less confined and less restrictive. Like, so if we changed your statement, I can't remember exactly how it went, but something like, if I as a person am around my other people, how, and I wanted to, or someone wanted to try something like that, how I'm worried how my other people what they might think, or what they might believe about me, or what they might say to me. And I feel like when you say it like that, and you take out, like, as a man, when I'm around my masculine friends, it makes you feel restrictive. If you stop using those words and start using people, and then it's like, as on your life journey, if those people are against you being curious and having fun or whatever, then maybe they should not be your people. Like, and it's about controlling your experience. And as far as we know, well, actually, whatever the belief system is, most major belief system will believe you as this person, as Dan right now, are only gonna have this once. So I feel like, keep being curious and, like, try anything. Like, I feel like it's a fun thing to do. And if something's going to help me, and I've been in times, at some really dark times, and so I know for a fact I've been curious about, and especially when you've been in such a dark place, you're willing to give anything a try. And that's where I've been.
Well, I think I think that's a very, very valid point. I think you've just said that, but if you didn't, that's what I've got from it. Actually, if somebody's watching this, I don't know, doesn't matter what the gender, doesn't, if a person's just watching this thinking my life is just shit at the moment, I don't know where to go, blah, blah, blah. Well, whatever you're doing at the moment isn't working.
Yes. Yeah.
So you might as well try something, because you're not going to, you're not, I feel like I've just been revolutionized. Do you get me? But it's not working.
Yeah.
We can sit
there. If the result you've got this result of where you are right now, from being the person you've always been, saying the things you've always said, thinking the thoughts you've been thinking, and doing the things you've always done. So it's about time. And to me, it's quite logical to think, if I do something different might happen.
Yeah.
And having fun with it.
That was a good video. That was a really good. I'm just conscious of the time as well, but that was a really, really good video, Matt. Actually, let me just hit the stop recording thing for 1 second.